Hi everyone, it's Jerry Ann with Scrap and Stamp Creations.blogspot.com, and tonight I'm going to be working on a mini album insert that I need to finish up for a swap, a mini album kit swap. And so I've got one of them done. I need to do a second one, and so that's what I'm going to work on today. I have actually put all of the dimensions on the back of the pieces, so let's get started. This is the little book we're going to be making. It's got a belly band that comes off, and it opens, let's see if my camera, nope, it's out as far as it can go. Okay. Trying here. So it opens like this, and then it opens like this, and then it opens like this, and then it opens up and down and out and out. So this is the K & Company paper, and again it's got a belly band that keeps it closed. This is the K & Company paper. It is this paper here from K & Company. And it's a specialty paper pad. I got it at Ross for $4.99, which was a great deal. And I'm trying to find the name. It doesn't have a name. So anyway, it's got really great papers. So that's kind of fun. And the first thing you're going to need is your Martha Stewart, well, you're going to need a paper trimmer, your Martha Stewart scoring board or a scoring blade, a tool, some kind of something in order to score your pieces. So the first thing that you need to do is we're going to go ahead and trim off the edge. This is Bow Bunny mint dot paper, and it's green. It's really kind of a nice green. So I'm just going to take the zip strip here off of it. And now we're going to score this piece at 4 inches and at 8 inches, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Oh, this is really just, and we're going to score again at 4 inches and at 8 inches. We're going to set this aside for a minute. With our paper trimmer, we are going to cut out all 4 of the corners. So this corner here, this corner here. So we're going to cut all the corners out. And we're going to go ahead and turn our paper. And we're going to go ahead and cut out that corner. I'm going to bring the blade down here to 4 inches and cut out this corner. And we're going to go ahead and take out this top corner as well. And what we're left with is a piece that looks like this. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this edge on 1 3/4, and we're going to go ahead and cut this piece off. So now you have something that looks like this. You can save these pieces for matting. Now we're going to need our scoreboard again. And we're going to go ahead and put our board in with the full size 4 inches on that side, and we are going to come over 1 3/4 of an inch, or a quarter of an inch from the 4 inch mark, so 3 3/4, and we're going to go to 8 1/4, and we're going to go ahead and score our paper. All right, and now what we're going to do is use our bone folder and crease all the edges. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this. That's really hard to see. I'm getting just a huge glare. All right, maybe that's working just a little better. All right, so what we are going to do next is we're going to go ahead and cover our pieces, and I'll show you the pieces for each of the sections as we go along. So you have 2 pieces at 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. You have 2 pieces. One goes here on the front, I'm just pulling my sample together. Okay. One goes here on the front. We have a piece of brown glitter paper, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. the second piece of this patterned paper, which is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. Then we have this piece, which is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. We have a piece that is 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. And then what we're going to do is take and punch a scallop in this one. And that goes right across the top here. Okay. We have two pieces at 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. We have a piece of brown, which is 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And that goes towards the top of the paper here. You're going to see we have a little bit of a lip here. We needed to cut 1/4 inch off of this side here. Or 1/2 inch. So we have this piece here. We have another piece of 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. It's going to go on the inside flap here. We have the center back piece, which is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. We need a piece that is 3 inches by 6 inches. I'm going to use this floral paper here. 3 inches wide by 6 inches long. We need to score it at 3 inches, 2 3/4 inches, and at 3 inches. Then we have a piece of 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and we are actually gonna take and ink up the edges here really quick of our mini. Using frayed burlap. And what I want to do is kind of distress the edges here a bit. Make that not so white. Then my 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 piece is gonna go here on the inside, right here. And then I have another 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece that's going to go on the other side. And then I have 2 pieces at 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. Then I want to take my score tape and lay it right along the channel between these 2 pieces. Go ahead and cut that. Then I'm going to take the score tape off and place the 3-inch side. Place my score tape in the middle of the channel off to this side. So that gives us a flip. Okay. All right. And now we're ready to decorate. So actually we need our belly band. What we're going to do with it is we're going to mark it off where we would like it to be, and we're just going to pinch and pinch. And we're going to grab our scoring board again. And we're going to go ahead and make those score marks more defined. And we're going to go over 1/4 inch on each side in order to make the gusset for the for our channel, for our belly band to slide on and off. So we're just going to go ahead and this was a 1 by 12 inch piece. There should be at least 4 inches between each of these. So I'm going to want to align a couple of little areas here with some score tape. And we're going to wrap that around our book. Remove our score tape. And attach it down. And then give a cut across the back. All right. And now that will slide on and off very easily. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the embellishments. And what I have are some color box notes that came from, where's my package? They were an older color box. Oh, you know what? I separated them all out. Anyway, they were journaling spots and things. So I found a nice beige, a circle here, hey Tony, it's only 9 o'clock here. It's really not that late. I'm just kind of finishing up a project. So I thought I'd show people how to make this cute little mini. So yeah, it's early here. So then I'm just adding the die cut on top of the other die. And then I'm adding my bird here off to the side. And then I am going to add some score tape to the back of my bird. And I've stuck him on my belly band, and then he will go right over the top. So on the inside of the book, we'll put a couple of little decorations. I have these cute butterflies from K & Company, and some other butterflies that I just stuffed in here. And we're going to go ahead and stick this butterfly here. And then I have a red journaling spot that I'm just going to do the corner of so that a picture will slip right underneath it. And put that right there at the top. I am going to go ahead and attach this journaling spot to the bottom. This little guy right here gets a journal spot. These open up, and pretty much this album is done. Short, sweet, super quick. All done. Went together, no time at all. Little bits and pieces of goodies. So, that is the little mini books that are going to go. Yeah, it does. So it's called a belly band. So you make the little band and then it stays closed. They work really great on cards and things too. I actually, on the recording, I held up each and every piece and did the this is what size the matte piece is, and in the very beginning I kind of cut, but I can walk another one through really quick because really they're really fast and easy. Let me find some paper, and that do you have a couple minutes? Because really they might be a really good Girl Scout project too, and I can walk you through at least doing the folding of the main piece. So you need one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. So if you grab one of those, I'll grab one and I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy. Yeah, it'll be easy. Did you get your 12 by 12 piece of paper? So I'm just making my paper 12 by 12, so I'm not doing anything scary yet. Okay, So as long as you got a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Now, do you have a scoring board or do you just have the trimmer? Because I'll show you how to score on the trimmer, but if you have a scoring board, I'd rather use it. Alright, so I'm going to grab Martha. Okay. So if we stick our paper in the board, you're going to score at 4 inches and at 8 inches. Okay? Four inches, 8 inches. Got it? Okay. And then we're going to turn it one way, and we're going to score at 4 and 8 again. So you're just going to end up with a big grid piece of paper. Okay? Then we're going to put the board away for a minute. I'm going to grab my trimmer again, and you can just use scissors if you want. But I'm going to stick my paper in at 4 inches when I scored it, and I'm just going to cut the outside corners out. So you'll end up with a piece of paper that looks like a plus sign. So you just cut the 4 corners out. Okay? Let me know when you got a plus sign. I'm just cleaning my cut up here. Okay. It's just a big plus sign. Got it? Okay. So now you're going to take one of the ends of the plus sign and you're going to put it in your trimmer at 1 3/4. So where the bottom, if you look at your trimmer, if you line up this edge at 1 3/4 and flatten your paper down, you're just going to cut off one of the ends. So you want to leave a flap that's 1 3/4. Okay? Let me know when you're ready for the next one. Okay, so the one opposite the corner that you just cut off, you're gonna go to the opposite side. So you're gonna have two really long sides and one short side. And you're gonna line this up at 3.5 inches. Line the base side up at 3.5 inches. You're just gonna cut a 1/2 inch off of the opposite side. Okay? Okay. So, the last thing you're going to need is your scoring board again. And you're going to put it where the piece, the 3 3/4 inches, this piece here, is right up to the top. And you'll have it scored at 4 1/8. And you're going to want to walk this over 1/4 inch. That's just going to give it the little gusset pieces. So 1/4 inch, so 3 3/4 and 8 1/4. That's going to let it become a box. Okay? All right, you're gonna need a 1 by 12 inch strip of paper in order to make the belly band. So this is kind of the box that we made that all kind of closes up. Does your fold up into a nice little square? All right, so let's see if I can remember the sizes of these pieces that mat on the front. So this is pretty much the piece. You can add the little pieces on the inside, but you're going to need an extra piece of paper. So I've got an extra 6 by 6 piece of paper that I'm going to cut in half. So a 3 by 6. Actually, I'm going to put 2 in this little book because it'll be kind of fun. For Girl Scouts, it'll be a nice little gift and that. So if you score it at 2 3/4 and at 3 inches, 2 3/4 and 3 inches, okay, and then these pieces get attached. Oh. Alright, sorry, had to get more paper. What was that size again? I need to cut a 3x6. And I've just got, I had a 6x6 piece of paper. So you need a 3x6 piece. And I'm actually going to put 2 in mine. So you're going to score at 2 3/4 and at 3 inches. 2 3/4 and 3 inches. All right. Let me know when you're ready. I'm going to put one on each. These ones only had one flippy part. They had one flippy outy part. And I'm actually going to put 2 flippy outy parts. So you can score on both and decide to use both of them or not. But yeah, score on both. I'm just going to grab a couple of little things while you're doing that. Some cute fishing stuff, and I'm going to use that paper for some fishing photos. I'm just looking to see where a couple of the pieces I wanted are. So give me just a second. Be right back to you. Aha, here we go. There's some camping stickers. There's a fishing thing. All right. No, it doesn't have to be double-sided paper. Well, this is your prototype. I am for the pattern paper that goes on side, or is it the cardstock piece that you're asking about? My piece that's brown. So basically, if you did it with a single-sided piece, then you're gonna have a white inside or outside, depending on what you choose to do, and that's just up to you. And that I tend to use a lot of colored cardstock for my bases of things, but depends on what your pattern paper is. If it works with the white, then you can definitely use it that way. You can ink things. Yeah. So, all right. So did you get your pieces scored? Okay. So then what you're going to do is we're going to take the piece, and the 3-inch side needs to come towards the outside flap. So you put the piece right in the center, glue it down. So like some liquid glue or work, or I just have some really tiny score tape. I have some 1/8 inch score tape that I'm using. And so I'm just adding those to both sides because I'm just going to give this some extra pieces. My camera is so close. Let's see if that helps a little. Sorry. All right. Okay, so basically it kind of looks like this now. Okay? So for the belly band, you're going to need a 1-inch by a 1-inch by 12-inch piece to kind of get started with. Now I'm just going to use the zip strip because I'm going to end up cutting that end off anyway. And then what I do is I take the 1 by 12-inch piece and I line it up and I crease the top and the bottom. So just push that back like that so you end up with this kind of got it? Okay, so then you take your scoring board and where you creased it, you want to go ahead and, so like mine ended up being like at the 4-inch mark, and then you want to go back 1/4 inch. So I'm scoring where I creased first, and then I'm backing up 1/4 inch because it needs to be at least 4 inches between the first score mark and the second one. So mine ends up being scored at 4 and at 8 and at 3 3/4 and 8 1/4, and maybe that'll just work. I'm going to go ahead and score those edges. And you kind of end up with this flat belly band piece. Oh, okay. I'm going to look at the dryer really quick. Ouch. What was that? Ouch. Be right back. Hopefully that's still in there somewhere. Did the commercial finish? Have to kind of move around a little here. All right. Oh, good. So did you get your belly band kind of together? All right, so I'm just going to cut off an end because I had ended up ripping off the piece of that. So all I'm going to do now is take and put adhesive and I'd use a strong adhesive, a liquid glue. And then I normally open it up, put the band on it, and meet them up. So the band just goes on and off. Did that work for you? Yeah. So basically you now have the basics to kind of do a cute little book. And you've got nice little photos and stuff. They're easy, which is really nice, especially if you pre-cut and score everything. They'd be really nice fly up things for the girls, or at the end of the year when you kind of are ready to kind of move them up. It'd be a nice little gift for them to have with the photos from the projects that they did this year. It would be a lot of fun. Or something to give their moms for Mother's Day. That'd be fun too. And if you just pre-cut everything, you could use your scraps even. Pre-cut everything, have them in different bins and everything, and then they could just put it together and make it as a Mother's Day gift. That would be a lot of fun. So do you want me to go over the measurements and stuff to cover it, or are you good that way? Awesome. Yay, I'm so glad that you could use something that I did. I actually did a bookmark album on my site. Oh yeah, I have lots of time, no problem at all. And I got an email from a lady today in California who asked me if she could just buy the album. She wanted to use her paper out of her stash. I was so excited, so I made a sale for Close to My Heart today. That was so exciting. All right, so let's set this guy aside for a minute and we'll cut some paper. All right, so we're going to need, maybe I should write these down as we go along because somebody else is going to ask me to make it. I can see the girls deciding that they all want to try. Close to My Heart has a chipboard bookmark album. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I know exactly where it is. Hold on, let me show you. I'm gonna have to move you again. Hurt. All right. It's just the name of what Close to My Heart decided this chipboard album would be. And so it's got a magnetic closure, and then it's just chipboard. So it opens up and you just get a piece of chipboard, and then it comes with this little chipboard tag, and then just another nice big piece of chipboard, and then a shaped tag, and then another big flat piece of chipboard. And then it's got a rounded tab piece of chipboard, and then another flat piece. And the cool part is the back has the flap to it. Let's see if I could try. It's got the flap to it, so it binds all the way around, and then it clips. Yes, you did watch me make that. That's what the bookmark album is. And I had some lady who just wanted to buy the album, so that was really cool. So that's what this album is called, the bookmark album. And then I have the one that's in the Lucy. So, yeah. Not as easy as one piece of paper folded up for a bunch of Girl Scouts, though. Alright. So, I want this to be my cover. I want this to be my cover. So, so we're gonna cut a piece at 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 12. And then we're gonna cut it at a half. I'm looking for my trusty little note thing, so I want to write these down. And you're gonna need one. Let me tell you how many of those we're gonna need. 1, 2, we're gonna need 2 of them. Three 3/4 by 3 1/2. And we're gonna need 2 of them. Out of one piece of pattern paper. Okay. So this is my front cover. And then the second piece is gonna go on the inside of the piece opposite your front cover. So here's your front cover. If you open it, you get a blank, and you open it, and that's where that piece goes. Okay? You're gonna need, my paper is two-sided, so I'm gonna flip it over to this side, and I'm gonna do 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, so I'm doing a square. And then this piece, if you open it completely up, goes here in the center. I'm going to move you away from the light a little bit. And I'm going to spread his little legs out just a little. There we go. Nope. Now you just get to see the computer. There we go. Okay? Awesome. So now I'm going to take my second piece of paper that is this fly fishing kind of thing, and I'm going to cut 2 more pieces. So I need 3 3/4 by 12. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 pieces of this at 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. Then one of these is going to go inside my inside cover. So this is the front cover. This is the inside of the cover. Then I have the 2 little flaps, and then the 1 pattern piece, 2 little flaps, the duplicate of the same. And then when you flip it over, you're going to put the second piece here on top. Have I lost you yet? Alright, I'm going to just grab some other paper here. So Since I only had 2 sheets of this paper, I'm kind of having to kind of pitch hit a little bit. Alright, so we have the biggest pieces, so let's do this flap here. So it's going to be 2 of the same. And it is going to be, the pieces need to be 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. That's 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, and you're going to need 2 of those. Okay. Alright, you're going to need 2 pieces, 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. You're going to need 2 pieces, and they're going to go on the little flaps here. All right. So now the only thing that should be left to cover are these little flaps. Let me know when you're there. Okay. So for the flaps, you're going to need 4 pieces at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And those are going to go on the 3-inch sides. And the last 4 pieces you're going to need are 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. And you're going to need 4 of those. And then if you just put your belly band over, and then it's just a matter of embellishing with whatever you have around. Did it turn out good? Did I lose ya? No. I'm glad. And then you just kind of decorate up the belly band however you want it to be. You can, if you cut it 3/4 of an inch, you can cut some decorative paper 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4 inches. You can kind of decorate the band. I have no idea where I originally saw this. I was playing around and came across it again and thought, oh, that will be fun. Now let's see. I have some stuff. Those don't work. But let's see. All right. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, that is probably one of the nicest, funnest parts of Ustream is that you do get a chance to really get around and kind of look and see. And the other thing is not everybody's looking to sell something to you. I think that's the other thing that I really like. It's not like I don't feel like I'm having to buy everything, so I'm gonna steal my belly band here. Look for my tape. And I'm gonna stick this one kind of in the middle of my belly band. Harrison, are you still up? Harrison, are you still up? I think I'm gonna do a cute little photo mat here in the front that kind of gets hidden by the belly band. I think that'd be fun. I know, that's what you said last night. You were making envelopes forever. Did you see the envelope template that Catherine used earlier today? That looked like it was a great thing. I need to check in with my son really quick. I will be right back. Hey buddy, did you get a night-night pill?
Hi, everybody.
I'm sure that they'd like to say hi to you.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. It's Tony she's on. Why do you have a blister on your lip? She says hello.
On Skype?
No, on Ustream. Come on. We'll be right back.
We gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it's way past your bedtime. I will be right back. I'm back. Mm. 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 Is it wider than the Big Shot, the regular Big Shot, or would you just need the plates? Mm. Hmm. Could you run the envelopes off your Cricut? Oh. Well, the bigger plates aren't really that expensive. You can find them at Joann's and Hobby Lobby and stuff, and you can use your 40% off coupons. But you could run the envelopes off the Cricut too. I'm just not sure which cartridges have an envelope on them. Feeling like you're so far away, so I'm having to like work in this corner. Yeah. We have a place called Paper Plus here, so you can like go in and pretty much purchase whatever envelopes you need pretty inexpensively. So I'm just cutting some 3x3 photo mats. To kind of finish this up. Yeah. At least they're pretty that way. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Oh, I'm sure. I bet you those are pretty. Well, I'm glad I could give you something else to do besides cut envelopes tonight. I want to move this guy in. Hmm. Yeah, I like Catherine a lot. I actually contributed to some of the prizes for Scrappy Bowl. Yay, I used a whole sticker sheet. It was just one of those things that during the Super Bowl, she did some craft projects and stuff during the Super Bowl. And I won also on a couple of her other things. Like I won from scrapadabadoo.com. I won a prize, and I won a prize from Laura Dennison at Following the Paper Trail during the New Year's Eve stuff. Oh, yeah, the patterns are nice, but you really need the Ustream videos too. At least I think you do. Which ones did you get? Oh, well, hopefully, I don't remember seeing where the website was. So I know that she's moving everything over there, which is really awesome. And that, but, which patterns did you get? In the envelope mini. The box she made for Mother's Day, and the purse, and the envelope mini. I don't think I have any of those patterns. I have the castle, or the enchanted, I have the box that she made for Valentine's Day. I have the original Stack the Deck, and then I got the double decker pattern as well. Oh, cool. And then, what else did I get? I got, oh, the trunk. Oh my gosh, that trunk is it. My friend, I did it for my friend for Christmas. And I'm telling you, the trunk, crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm gonna have to pop my, well, maybe. The trunk was a little more difficult than, I actually had to put it away and leave it alone for a little while. The castle wasn't easy either, but it definitely takes some time. But it was really cool. So there's the camping mini. And I used up 2 packages of stickers. so glad you asked me to do that, because really, so the cover just comes off. There's room for a picture. Let's see. There we go. There's room for a picture. Then it opens a picture spot within. Yeah, it's a sticker from Recollections. And then the cute little lantern. And then a photo spot. And then the fire. Love that. That's really cute. And the fish. And the marshmallows and a pine cone. And a mosquito. And a fishing. This is the other one of hers I want to get, is the one that looks like this. The old time fishing thing. So yeah, isn't that eye cute? And then there's a can of worms. And a bobber. And then the fishing pole. One was Sandy Lion's Essentials. And they were just the little fishing things. And then this is the Recollections brand, was the camping ones. Sandy Lion makes them. They are made by, these are dollar store kind of things, I think. And you can find them at Joann's occasionally and stuff. So. And then opens it up and it says Discover Nature. And it's really fat because those stickers are really thick. You know, try Michael's and Joann's, because Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, that's kind of pretty much where I shop, and that unless I'm buying something online, that's pretty specific, and that, so I know the Recollections is Michael's, and that, And then the Sandy Lion, I'm thinking those came from Joann's. So you can always find those things too in the Jolie's kind of stuff. The Jolie's brand. So yay! So do you want to see the stuff that I'm sending in the mini album swap? The mini bits and pieces stuff. I had to put together 2 mini kits. Kits for mini albums. Oh, okay. I just joined a card swap over on the Scrap Beach, which is Catherine's site. She's the lady who was on today, and so I've done those, and then of course with the Close to My Heart website and stuff like that, I've done a few of those as well. But this is my second mini swap with them, so this is what I'm getting ready to send off with these trusty little guys go in there. So. Alright, so we'll move these off. That turned out really, really cute. Alright, so first it's the insert piece, and then I have this big, huge bag full of goodies. So I got the same paper that I used here. I got a huge stack from Ross. They had a, it's kind of like a TJ Maxx, Ross, that kind of thing. They had the big stacks for $4.99, and with this swap, you send a 6x6 paper and not only cardstock but also pattern paper. So I have a stack that I cut into 6x6. So this is pretty much the paper, and so they'll get 2 sheets of everything that was in the paper pad. And so let's see. There's this one. There's this one. It's a Baroque. It's called a Vintage Floral is the name of this swap. This has got some foil parts in it. This one's green. It's pretty. This has got glitter. There's that polka dot. It's got some flourishes and stuff in it. These little things remind me of shamrocks, but they're leaves. So all I did is take the big 12x12 papers and cut them into 6x6. And so she'll get 2 of each of these pieces of paper. And then just chipboard piece or cardstock pieces. Some different varieties of colors and things that would fit with it. Yeah. And it works really well because then you still get to keep some of the paper, they get to keep it and everything. You know, then I think the other thing is sometimes it's a really hard thing to do as well when you're kind of looking at everything and then you're like, wow, I'm gonna give all that away. And you know, so when you kind of do a stack and everybody gets 1 or 2 sheets of it and everything, it really is kind of nice. So the things that had to be included were, let's see, at least 12 pieces of patterned paper and 12 pieces of solid paper. And then 8 flowers, any size. Hold on, I just have a message coming through. Oh, here we go. Anyhow, sorry about that. So, paper, and then at least, you had to do at least 8 flowers and at least 8 pieces of lace or trim. So these are the flowers I added with this. And then I thought these were just really fun. And then these are a huge, a little stack of the Kaiser craft, and they all come apart. So there's like bunches and bunches and bunches of them. It's like 50 flowers total in that whole stack. And then you had to do at least 8 pieces of trim. So I've got a brown and a green, and mind you, I didn't buy anything, a red, and these are all 12 inches long, except for a couple of them, a brown polka dot. Love that stripe. There's a piece of beads and a piece of flat back pearls and a piece of ribbon. Here's another piece. This piece is cute. The polka dots. Piece of white rickrack. A piece of orange. And a piece of this pink. So those were the flowers and the ribbon. And then you had to do the handmade item, which is this guy. So I'm going to slip him in here. And then it says to include at least 6 of the following categories. And so what I ended up doing was some brads, and then the large eyelets, and that are really nice. These are the ones that I used on that tin last night. I had a bunch of them. And then I have some 7 Gypsies tags, and so that was another one. So it was buttons, and I have buttons somewhere too. Here's my collection of buttons. Those are some little bits and pieces, and these are the buttons that I pulled out. And then there were tags. So these are from 7 Gypsies, and they've been in my stash forever. This one says wanted. And this one says evidence. This one says passport. This one says this belongs to. This one's a graph. And a receipt. And then I have 2 pieces that I made in that came from a different kind of collection that have a due date on them, kind of the library pocket cards that are really cute. So those are the tags. And then I have bling. So I've got some red, some orange, some green, and then these red sparklies are really cool. I like bling. I have enough of it. I have some of these from Close to My Heart, and they're little flowers. One of them were coin envelopes, and so I have 6 coin envelopes. I have a set of rub-ons in white. Let's see if I can get them to show up. There we go. And so these are rub-ons. Lots of little sayings. And again, those were a close to my heart kind of thing. And then here's my reveal card that I need to write in. And then this has got some journaling tags and some die cuts. So that, and then I have these from my stash and they've been here forever, which is a voice recorder. So it'll be fun. I'll be excited to see what I get back in return. And the last one that I got a lot of really good stuff. So and I think that the nice part is that it's nice when it's all kind of put together for, you know, there's a list. I mean, there's a huge list that she's got of the things that you can add, and that, you know, if you're gonna do coin envelopes, you need to include at least 3 journaling spots. You need to have like 6 stamped images, charms, stick pins, tags, doilies, pockets, that kind of stuff. So, you know, that's kind of the nice part, is that at least there's kind of some minimums. So that's the swap. Oh. I'm glad we made this little guy tonight. So yeah, that's a hard part. I think that that's when it's nice, when you can kind of, I knew that at least with this, I would get stuff that I would use, or at least would be able to pass along. And since I have so much stuff, it's nice to be able to kind of share them along. But it's really hard when you're kind of on a limited budget and you try really hard to play by the rules, and the stuff that you get back isn't stuff that you could use. And that, the little card is so cute. You made that one as well. Yeah. No, I only did, I did 2 this time around. I could have put together 4 kits, but I only did 2. But the nice thing is that when you cut the paper, when you buy a 12 by 12 sheet, you can make 4 kits easy by kind of, you know, having 6 by 6 and that. So I did 2, because really, who needs 4 vintage mini travel books, mini or vintage floral kind of mini album kind of things. So, and when there's only like 6 or 8 people swapping, then, you know, if you get into the I'll do 4, then you end up getting, not, the stuff you get is just not the same. So yeah, the paper is just wonderful. I was really impressed with it. Like I said, I bought the pad, and so I cut all of that for the swap, and I still have all of this left out of the one pad that I bought for the swap. So And it's pretty. There were 3 of each sheet, I think, is what was in this pad. And it was pretty. It's single-sided. Yeah, me too. I kind of use up the pieces that I want, and then it usually gets it gets given to somebody. So like I said, I found this one at Ross for $5. Oops. There's another sparkly one. And then this one. So, yeah, definitely check out. It's in the picture frame section. And they have some stuff occasionally there, which is nice. But, you know, for $5, you can't beat it. And they were sealed. They were in a sealed envelope, so it wasn't like when you were at Joann's or anything and people have already flipped through it and everything. So that's pretty cool. Might have to make up some cards or something with it. Or I might do a couple of scrapbook layouts, considering I haven't done any of those in forever. You know, I forget about them, and that unless I need a pair of pants for my son, or, you know, I'm looking for something specific, and that I don't shop there much either. I know. We have a TJ Maxx up north by the Target, and I go up to Target a lot. And my son is just so big. I can't even do those children's specialty places anymore. He's just so big. We do J.C. Penney's for my son, but I forget about that. Yeah, we do Target but other than that, we don't. And that we try to stay away from Walmart because it's just so. It's the overspending store. And their quality of their clothes and some of the stuff is just not all that grand. And even with the coupon stuff, it just is not cheaper. So, oh. Well, it is 11:15. Tomorrow is Friday, which means it's my day off. My son's companion comes and hangs out with him, and I get to do a couple of things. Joann is having 10% off your entire craft purchase coupon, and so I thought I'd go get some trim tomorrow, and I need to mop some floors, I think. So I think I'm going to let you go for tonight. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me, though. I really appreciated it, and I had a great time. I'm glad that I was able to show you something fun and useful. You're welcome, and I want to see what you put together and that. So make sure to send me an email or something when you do when you do get yours all done and able to send it over and everything. So, all right, good night.